Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, body of man found in St. Catherine. The body of a man was found along Marleymount Road in Old Harbour, St. Catherine this morning. The police say checks are to be made to ascertain his identity. It is reported that about 6 o'clock, passers-by stumbled upon the body and called the police. Upon their arrival, the body was observed in blood. Investigators have not yet determined how the victim met his death, with a matter being probed. Man shot while attempting to steal building material charged. A 42-year-old St. Andrew man who was shot during a confrontation after being caught attempting to steal building material was charged on Monday. Charged with using a firearm to commit a felony, simple larceny, and assault at a common law is Dwayne Walcott, a vendor of Castle Heights. His court date for him is being finalized. The incident happened on Montgomery Avenue in St. Andrew on Saturday, June 29. Reports from the Halfway Tree police are that a man was alerted by a watchman to strange sounds coming from the area where he stores his building material and the tools. The police say he made checks and reportedly saw Walcott and an assailant climbing over the rear wall of his premises. They were allegedly carrying several lots valued $17,000 and attempting to flee with them. The man confronted both men, which saw one of them fleeing, while Walcott pointed a firearm towards the man in a threatening manner, according to the police. They say the man drew his licensed Glock 19 pistol and fired 4 rounds in Walcott's direction and then ran. Lawmen were alerted to the scene and a trail of blood was found along a wall in the community. A pair of black and white sneakers was also found with blood on them. The police say checks were made at several hospitals and Walcott was found. He was subsequently charged. Furniture maker injured during home invasion. A 44-year-old furniture maker from St. Mary survived an attempt on his life after an armed man invaded his house about 11 p.m. on Tuesday. According to police reports, the man and his children were at home when a gunman entered through the unlocked front door, pointed a gun in his face, and said, "Are you me come for?" As he struggled with the man in an effort to defend himself and his family, it is reported that another man entered the house and hit the homeowner over his head. The homeowner fell to the ground and his attackers fled. Before leaving, the armed man reportedly fired, hitting the victim on his left hand. The intruders escaped on foot. The injured man was taken to the Anota Bay Hospital where he was treated. The Anota Bay police are investigating. John arrested on shooting charges. A man who allegedly opened a fire at another on King Street in Kingston last week is now facing multiple charges in relation to the incident. Charged is 32-year-old John Roach, otherwise called John of Canterbury, Montego Bay in St. James. Roach has been charged with shooting with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, discharge of firearm in any place, possession of a firearm with intent to injure, and using a firearm to commit a felony. It is alleged that about 5:15 p.m., Roach opened a gunfire at a man who ran to escape injuries. The shooting incident was later reported to the police, and Roach turned himself in the following day. He was subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. 3 cops charged with assault of colleague. A case involving 3 policemen charged for assaulting a colleague has been referred to restorative justice. Sergeant Steve Forrest, Constable Brian Grant, and Detective Corporal Roger Spence appeared before the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday by summons to answer to the charge of assault occasioning actual bodily harm in relation to another serving member of the constabulary force. The charge stemmed from a December 4, 2021 incident where the officer sustained injuries to his face and the body. The cops were charged following an investigation by the Independent Commission of Investigations and a ruling by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Indicom says Parish Court Judge Sanchia Burrell recommended that the matter be ventilated through restorative justice. The case is set for mention on November 21, at which time the court is to hear the outcome of the restorative justice process the three cops were bound over. September 4 court date is set for woman accused of throwing baby off rooftop. The St. James Parish Court has set a September 4 court date for Shamoya Green, the St. James woman accused of throwing her 5-month-old daughter off the roof of a 3-story building to her death in December 2023 in anticipation that a post-mortem report will be ready by then. Parish Judge Natisha Fairclough Hilton set the new court date when the matter was mentioned on Wednesday. The court was advised that no definite date was given for completion of the post-mortem report. Green, who is charged with the murder of her daughter Destiny Brown, was not present in court. Fairclough Hilton voiced the concern that Green, who is currently being held at the South Camp Adult Correctional Center in St. Andrew, is not able to be transported to St. James for her court date because she suffers seizures and has also been found unfit to enter a plea. The judge ordered a writ to have Green transported to court if her medical condition improves enough for her to travel. It is alleged that about 5:35 p.m. on December 6, 2023, Green was at home with her common-law husband and other family members when she tried to have a conversation with a man about their relationship. However, he put off the talks to later that evening. Green reportedly became enraged and left the room, taking baby Destiny with her. She then took the child to the roof of the 3rd floor of the family's house and threw her onto the concrete pit in the yard. The police were alerted and Destiny was taken to the hospital where she died while being treated. No evidence found on cell phone belonging to Gabriel King's mother. The Jamaica Constabulary Force says the contents of the cellular phone that was at the point of contention in the Gabriel King murder case have not yielded any results that could help the investigation. Last year, the Supreme Court ordered King's mother, Amoy Leon Issa, to hand over the password to her cellular phone to investigators to assist them in their probe. She had previously refused to hand over the key, claiming her privacy was being breached.
Unfortunately, there was no evidential value found on the phone. We have our own views, but I will not impart that at this time.
Gabriel, who was autistic, was reportedly abducted from his mother on January 13, 2022, along the Tucker Main Road in Montego Bay, St. James. He was later found dead in her vehicle, which was abandoned off the Fairfield Main Road. Chuck Cameron, the attorney representing Amoy Leon Issa, said the police should return the cellular phone to his client in light of the revelation from the police high command. Mr. Cameron told the news on Wednesday morning that neither he nor Mrs. Leon Issa have been contacted by investigators.
We are waiting a reply from the investigators as to the state of the investigation into the phone and when we will be able to receive the phone. And we find it strange that they have sought not to communicate directly with Mrs. Amar or her attorney and continue to publish information in public space. So as it is now, we don't know where they have reached with investigating the phone. The court has given the police carte blanche. The only thing that we have suffered is Mrs. Amoy's name being dragged through the public in that she has obstructed the investigation by not giving them access to this phone. But we have received no other type of communication despite her request as to the state of the investigation.
Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.